Thanks very much, Mr. Chairman. We have a couple of different things, and people have these questions because we're very concerned about our communities and where we live, the jobs that are included and related, and this major role that the Department of Interior plays in the lives and the livelihoods of so many people in our home state. So, on February 4th of this year, just a couple of weeks ago, I sent Acting Interior Secretary a letter which included 22 specific questions about his secretarial order banning oil and gas leasing on federal lands and waters for 60 days. On Monday, the acting secretary sent a response which largely restates his secretarial order and fails to answer my specific questions. So I'm going to resubmit my 22 questions that will be addressed to you in writing and be part of the hearing record for this hearing. Now, to me, it's unconscionable that the people of Wyoming cannot get a straight answer from this department. And I know you're not in that position now, but there is an acting secretary who is refusing to answer the questions. So can I get your commitment that you will answer my questions as they're coming to you in writing?
Yes, Senator.
I appreciate that because I know the staff at the department is going to help you respond to the written questions from all of us in the committee, and I'm confident that with your help we can get answers to these questions, so thank you. I want to follow up a little bit. We've had questions about the Endangered Species Act. It's an important conservation tool, as you've said, that was enacted to protect species from extinction. The proper application of the law has resulted in the recovery of several species. It's important to me that the law be applied in a responsible manner so that we can protect the species that truly need protection. Yesterday, when you were asked why you would sponsor legislation that would put the grizzly bears under permanent federal protection permanently, your bill in the House with your name on it, you said, "I imagine at the time I was caring about bears." Well, I want to make sure you care about the law. There's a law of the land. Will you commit to doing everything in your power to fight the frivolous lawsuits and delist species that government scientists have concluded are fully recovered?
Thank you, Ranking Member Barrasso. And I know that the Endangered Species Act is extremely important, as you said. If I'm confirmed, I would seek partnerships with states, with tribes, with local communities to talk about this important issue. And
I'm talking about the law.
Sir, I will always follow the law.
Thank you. The global pandemic has created an unprecedented situation that has kept people isolated for almost a year. One way that people have coped with all of the restrictions from the pandemic has been by visiting national parks and public lands. You were critical of efforts to open federal land during the pandemic, even though it was done in coordination with state and local health departments. It's important to me that we are ensuring that the public has a place to go during this public health crisis, when there are very few other options. Will you protect access to our national parks and other public lands during the pandemic?
Ranking Member Barrasso, yes. I believe now that President Biden is in office, there is a mask mandate on our public lands and in our national parks, and I feel that if everyone does their part and be careful and wear their masks, that we will have more of those opportunities.
Yesterday, you said you wanted to move forward with President Biden's Build Back Better plan that would, as you said, create millions of jobs in clean energy, your quote from yesterday. So recently, John Kerry claimed that the fastest growing job before COVID, he said, was solar technician. And he said that the administration would give fossil fuel workers, in his words, better choices. And that the Washington Post fact checker then just looked into what former Senator and Secretary of State Kerry had to say. This is what the Washington Post fact checker said. They said he was offering false hope from the administration with a misleading use of statistics. The Washington Post went on and said it identified about 10,400 new wind and solar jobs over the next 10 years. We're talking about maybe 1 million energy jobs being lost, and the Washington Post says of John Kerry, you're talking about 10,000 jobs relative to 1 million? Do you have any evidence to dispute what the Washington Post has said about the statements coming out of this administration and the false hope being offered?
Senator, what I can say is I'm going to fight hard for every single job. I want people to work. I know what that's like, and I promise you that wherever I have opportunities, I will take them to make sure that people have secure futures. Every family deserves to have a roof over their head.
Well, we've heard similar types of rhetoric that we've heard from this administration and from John Kerry back in 2009 under the Obama administration, and we ended up with failures like Solyndra. The promise of green jobs to ended up with billions of wasted taxpayer dollars, bankrupt companies, and almost no actual jobs. Senator Daines.